This is Scotty from Faygoluvers.net. I got my boy Prozak here. We just ended the Hostile Takeover 2012 tour in Dallas. The third or fourth day of a 99-day tour. It's freaking ridiculous. So how's this tour treated you so far, man?
I mean, so far it's been great. It's been sold out virtually everywhere. I know what's ahead of me because it's such a long tour. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just kind of like waiting for day 50, 60 to realize how I feel. And even then, we still got like, what, 34 more shows?
Shit.
Yeah. But I mean, it's been going great so far, man. It's really good.
It's good. So did you do, with this being the longest tour in I think hip-hop history, did you do anything special to prepare on the toll it's going to take?
You know, not really, because I was really busy up until like the second I got my bags on the bus. But you know, I mean, like I've been preparing for it mentally and stuff like that, and you know, we've been doing rehearsals and stuff. So I mean, you know, it's like I've done a lot of national tours. I mean, I respect the length of this one, but I feel like it's, you know, I can handle it. You know?
Yeah. So we all know Dallas was your favorite city so far, but are there any cities that you always look forward to playing?
Definitely. Denver, of course.
Denver's always live.
Minneapolis. Let's see here. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, Detroit, Cleveland, Columbus. There's so fucking many.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
really, the question is, like, what cities do I not enjoy playing? And I can't think of any, so that's a good thing.
That's what's up. I know there's 3 or 4 big tour buses. Who all's on yours?
On my bus, we got, I'm sorry, got distracted.
That's all good.
On my bus, I've got Stevie Stone, I've got my boy Eddie, my boy M7, my boy Flip, Stevie Stone's Hype Guys, which is like DJ Picasso,
okay.
Frizz, E the CD Hustler.
Nice.
We got, what's his name there? So this cat I just met, he's like our security guy.
Oh, it's all good.
He's got pistols, tasers,
nice.
fucking all kinds of crazy. Dante, that's right, Dante.
Nice. So what do you guys do to pass the time on here on the road?
Well, I mean, really, there isn't a lot of time for real. Like, I mean, basically, you know what I mean? Like, a typical day out here is like you wake up on the bus. Well, you know me, I wake up late as fuck. You know what I mean? But,
Team Insomnia.
Right? Yeah, so Team Insomnia. So you get up on the bus, you get ready for meet and greet. Meet and greet lasts like an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. After that, you fuck around with sound check. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever little stuff you got to do. Then you got to be backstage and getting ready for the show. And then you put on the show. And if you're like me anyway, you go fuck with the crowd all night. Because, you know, some people don't have like VIP ticket money. So I try to sign everybody's stuff and meet everybody that can. And then by the time all that shit wraps up, which is like right now, what time is it? Like 1 o'clock in the morning?
Close to 1.
Yeah, so by the time you get on the bus and get your shit together, go hit the shower, whatever you got to do, before you know it, it's like 2:30 in the morning. Here comes the bus driver starting that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit with the guys up in the front, whatever, and then repeat.
Off to the next city. Yeah.
Repeat.
Yeah. So prior to the tour starting, MGK was talking a lot about the strict rules that Strange sets for the touring, and you know, the no drugs, no girls or whatever rules.
Yeah.
I know it's only like 3 or 4 dates in, but have you seen any crazy shit go on yet?
I haven't seen too much crazy shit though. MGK and his crew pretty much stick to their bus, so I mean, I don't know what the fuck goes on, you know, in the MGK bus. You can only imagine, but I mean, I think he's gonna be able to. You know, he is doing just fine on this tour. He puts on a great show.
He killed it.
Yeah, he goes off. You know what I'm saying? He's entertaining, man. He's fucking nuts. He's climbing speakers and shit and whatever. And you know, I think he told me himself that this was his first tour. So
wow.
You know, what a way to fucking start, right? 90 plus. So.
All right, man. So let's talk Paranormal. It's coming out April 24th.
Yeah.
Can you give us some specifics on the album, like collaborations, tracks? Anything like that?
For sure. As far as like information like that, I got Twisted on the album. I've got Tech 9 on the record. I've got Chris Calico on the record. I'm searching in my head because I think that's it.
Okay.
Like this record, it's not like the last album. You know, the last record had a purpose. I wanted it to be full of collabs, and those were like the dream collabs, if you will, people I wanted to fuck with. But this is a Prozak album. You know,
sure.
The most essential people to me anyway that I fuck with the most are the ones that are on this record.
Okay.
So,
So no Mikey Clark beats on this one yet?
There is actually. There's
really?
one track
Nice.
produced by Mike Clark. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. How many tracks are there on there?
There's 17 tracks.
Wow.
And just an intro. I didn't do any skits and all that stuff because to me, I think like I put so much time into my lyrics that I think the lyrics tell the story.
Sure.
And I don't need to have like, you know, whatever like sirens and crickets and stories and all that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think people want to spend their money on that. I think they want music.
Substance, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite track or tracks that you recorded on this album? So.
I would say my favorites would be the Tell a Tale of Two Hearts is one of my favorites. My absolute favorite is a track called Until Then, which we shot a really big video for.
Oh, awesome.
And hasn't been, you know, released yet. There's quite a few, you know what I'm saying? Quite a few tracks I would say. I'm not sure which one is my favorite, you know what I mean?
Sure. So I know on I think it was either a Twitter or YouTube video you said something about you got 7 videos for this album.
Yeah.
What can we expect? I mean, a lot of your like Good Enough and the one that was released today. What was it called? Talk About? No.
Turn Back.
Turn Back. And then Million Miles Away. They're all really heartfelt, deep songs.
Yeah.
Are there going to be? Are there more of those in these videos, or are there going to be some like dropping bombs type videos or anything like that?
As far as just the videos are concerned,
yeah.
I got a video for a song called Wake Up You're Dead. And that's actually a live video, shot with like 7 different angles, different cameras, and it was shot at the Gathering.
Nice.
I'll
probably be in it.
Yeah, a lot of people keep asking, you know, when are you going to drop that? That'll probably drop about a week or 2 weeks after the release. That's when that's slated to come out. I shot a video for a song called Hate, which is one of the most obscurely original songs on the album. It's very different, you know what I'm saying? And so I shot a video for that, and the video is as you know, original and bizarre as the song itself. I'm trying to think of what else.
Well, what's the concept of that song?
The concept of the song, I'm laughing right now because I no names or whatever, but somebody very important at Strange Music was wondering if I should put this video out because he was like, man, that's a little, you know, but you know, it's Strange Music, so we do whatever we want.
Sure. Yeah,
I've still never been censored in my life. Fucking love Strange Music, but so the song Hate's it's about hate, you know what I mean? It's about the hate mongers out there, and the video represents, you know, visual representations of said hate mongers. You know what I'm saying? So then there's a video called The End of Us, a song called The End of Us, video for it, which is a very, very heavy track. And you'll have to see that.
Yeah, I can't wait. The Heat from Paranormal, which is dropping April 24th. But in past conversations you and me have had, you said that you've had 3 or 4 albums worth of tracks recorded. Will those ever see the light of day? And
that's the $1 million question.
Okay.
Trust me, that's something I very much wonder myself.
Okay.
There is an album, The Hitchcock of Hip Hop, which was going to come out.
Question.
That album is done. It's been done for a while. There's also a lot more material above and beyond that record that's done. And I, you know, keep writing and recording as I go. So it's hard to say, like, you know, what the destiny of these tracks will be. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, I guess time will tell.
Sure. So when you signed officially with Strange Music, how many, was it a multi-album deal?
Yeah, it was a multiple album.
Okay, so you think the Hitchcock of Hip Hop will drop on the Strange, or will it be another album altogether?
The Hitchcock of Hip Hop will not drop on Strange.
Okay.
I don't know the destiny of that record.
Okay. Okay. How about any future Project Deadman releases? Have you talked to Travis or anybody about that?
Yeah, you know, that's something that me and Mike Clark talk about that quite a bit. You know, there's definitely way more of a chance of that happening. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mike are in the same state. We see each other, you know, on and off and hang out and talk and shit like that. And, you know, he sends me tracks, you know, here and there, and I write to it and that kind of stuff. And then, like, we've gotten closer than people think, you know, to fucking around and getting a release date and getting the initial talks or whatever. But then something kind of, you know, pulls him this way and I get pulled that way. And, you know, it just happens, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, me and him both really agree that we're going to do it again because we enjoyed the first one and I mean, we still get asked about it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
And that album's what, 10, 12 years old?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
that,
2004.
Oh,
8 years old.
You're right.
8
You're
years
right,
old. Yeah. So like, I mean, it doesn't matter what city I'm in, even if it's just a couple people or 80 people. You know, they still ask about Self-Inflicted. You know, talk about the record and when's the next one coming out. And so it's kind of cool that we just did one record together, you know what I'm saying, and one tour together, and we still have people 8 years, you know, later talking about it. So I think it's definitely, it's worthy of doing it. It's a revisiting Project Dead Man.
Very fresh album. All right, so one of the submitted questions we got was you mesh hip rock and hip hop really well on your tracks. What are your favorite rock and metal bands?
My favorite bands, I would say, of course, System of a Down.
Absolutely.
Definitely Slipknot. I listen to Lamb of God. I listen to Scars on Broadway. Old school Rage Against the Machine. Sepultura. Mudvayne. Fuck, the list goes on infinitely.
No doubt.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start writing in the first place?
I would say I'm not really sure exactly where where it came from, but when I was younger, I used to read a lot of horror stuff. You know what I'm saying, like a lot of the Hitchcock and Edgar Allan Poe, Stephen King, lots of Stephen King, and I wanted to wanted to write is what it was. You know, obviously when you're a kid, you're not like, I want to be a rapper. Well, I mean, some do, but I wanted to be a writer. You know what I mean? And then as time progressed and everything, that what I did notice is that all of a sudden, like, I found this hip hop that was like horror infused. You know what I'm saying? And so of course I loved it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, oh, this is, I love rap and I love horror and darkness, and there it is together.
So who was the first horror infused hip hop that you had heard?
That's a good question. You know what I'm saying? To know who the first is. I mean, needless to say, I grew up listening to Insane Clown Posse, obviously. Esham,
right?
I fucked with Gangster Nip a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Brother Lynch Hung. And there was other stuff too that was dark. It may not have been, as dark or as, but I mean, there was like Onyx. They had like a dark element to them.
Ghetto Boys.
Ghetto Boys, of course, yeah. Old school Bone Thugs and Harmony had like a darkness to it. I mean, there was an era, you know what I'm saying? And, but needless to say, I think like, Insane Clown Posse stands aside from all that, because I wouldn't put them in that, category. That's why they're still, relevant and doing it big, and it's still the magical thing that it is off on its side, you know what I'm saying? So.
How do you feel about where the mainstream hip hop game is headed versus where the underground is right now?
That's a good question, because I don't listen to really any of it for real. I mean, I see stuff or whatever, like, so I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? Like, it seems to me now, like, you see a lot of motherfuckers wearing like girl pants,
right?
And everyone has a mohawk now. That's the new thing. Like, you have a mohawk and you look like a girl, so it's like this crossbreed. What the fuck? I was like, is the cops outside? Goddamn. But it's like nowadays, it's like, I don't know. You got to be like a feminine girl pant wearing thug with a mohawk, and whatever that means. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's bizarre. I really don't get it.
There's a great picture floating around with Tupac and Biggie saying rappers then, and then one with Lil Wayne with like a half shirt and skinny pants saying rappers now. Like, what happened?
Jesus Christ. That picture exists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
So, all right. So let's talk your movies and your film career. So I know you're filming, or maybe even be done with the Haunting on Hamilton Street 3. How's it going? How's that project going?
Well, the Hamilton series, there's just 2.
Okay, well, so the third one is...
Yeah, A Haunting on Hamilton Street, right? 1 and 2 are done now. If you go to ahhauntingonhamiltonstreet.com, you can get either one of those. The third one is called A Haunting on Potter Street.
Okay, right.
And we shot at this, like, 100-year-plus old train station where they used to bring bodies back from the war and stack them in. And there's a lot of things have happened there. It's kind of... I could go on forever. You know how that goes.
Oh, sure.
But it's an incredible place. It's a very unique, one-of-a-kind place with a hell of a story to it. And it's been rumored to be haunted forever. In fact, people are kind of terrified of this place, for real, And it's on this dead-end street, virtually. And it almost looks like you're out in a set in LA somewhere when you see this road, because there's all these old bars and saloons, and they're all shut down too. Like the whole fucking street. You know what I mean? It's like the street that time forgot. So we did a full investigation there, and then it'll be ready, I would say, about fall. It'll probably premiere it.
Okay.
And then the fourth film is actually going to be titled A Haunting in Saginaw, Michigan. And for the first time, we actually go into a residence.
If anybody that's listened to the Paranormal Activity show on Talk About the Radio, you've heard that chick call in, and she is scared shitless of her house. I'm assuming it's the same. It's the same girl.
Yeah. In fact, we're done. We're done with the investigation.
Okay.
So
I can't wait to see how that turns out.
You're gonna have to see it to understand it for sure.
All right. So, do you have any other movie or film projects in the works, like feature films or documentaries, other than the haunting series?
I got a few things written. There's one in particular that we all know is the one. You know what I'm saying? It's the one of all ideas, of all anything. This is the one. So, but that being said, like until we get the right situation, we're not going to shoot it. We've got to make sure that we shoot it the way it needs to be done. But I think will be my best work yet.
Okay. And are you shopping it around, or is it just like on
No,
the
we're gonna do it ourselves.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Definitely do it ourselves. But it'll be like a feature. It's not a documentary. It's not a reality. It's a movie, if you will. Something that I wrote. So.
Okay. Sounds very interesting. All right. So, what would you tell anybody who's on the fence about coming to the Hostile Takeover tour?
If you're on the fence about it, I would say don't be, because from what I'm being told, this is the only national tour that Tech 9 is doing this year. I've heard that. I'm pretty sure that that's factual. The lineup is great. Everybody puts on a hell of a show. Everybody really gives a fuck about the show, about meeting all of you. We put a lot of effort into it. The stage set is great. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but there's some extra stuff going on, and we're putting our all into it. Everybody out here, realizes we're here for you guys. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to put the best foot forward. I think Strange always does. But I mean, Machine Gun Kelly, you saw him tonight.
No, everybody's put on their 110% on stage. It was an amazing show.
Everyone's got on their A game, and they know that that's what we got to do. And not only is this going to be like the longest tour in hip hop history, but we like it to be the most successful. And we want to live up to that expectation. So.
No doubt. Well, that's all the questions I've got. I hit you with a lot of them. So, is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, I do actually. I want to say, as far as the album Paranormal, it's available for pre-order right now. You can go to Tech 9's website or Strange Music website and pre-order it. It comes with all kinds of Strange Music crazy freebies and everything. They always do it up big: free T-shirt, sticker. You get an exclusive track. All that kind of stuff.
Is there anything in the album itself that you think is unique and worth, like, if somebody goes and picks up a Best Buy, is there a cool booklet with it, or all kinds of
I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you what. Fuck all that. Let me just say this. I mean, not your idea. Fuck all that. But I mean, just like all the selling points aside. Fuck all that. Let me just say it's the best music I've ever done. It's the best tracks. It's the best lyrics I've ever written. It's the best flows. And this is my opinion. Like, this record I made for me. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. Really. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. You got to come into your own as an artist. This is me. This record is me. If you buy Paranormal and you don't like it, don't listen again. Don't buy the next record. Don't give it a chance. If you don't like this record, you don't like my style. End of story. It's cool. Right. You know what I mean? So, this record is me.
Well, I think anybody who's been a fan of your past records is going to be very excited to get their hands on this one. So
yeah, I mean, and that's what I had in mind when I wrote this record is, why slam it full of collaborations and everything. It's like if somebody buys a Prozak record, they want a Prozak record.
Sure.
Just like if I buy a Slipknot record, I don't want to hear 26 other bands on there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's cool like if it's a one-time thing and there's a reason for it. Which I believe Tales from the Sick had that, that purpose. Mm-hmm. But it's time for a Prozak record.
Right. One question did slip my mind. I didn't even write it down, but a lot of people asked about what your status with Madness from Bedlam is.
Oh yeah, I talk to Kurt all the time.
Oh yeah.
Lately I haven't. What I'm saying? Like I haven't heard from him in a minute, and we still talk all the time for sure. He's been a friend forever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And
any future projects or collaborations together that you think
with Kurt? I'll say like I'm not gonna say anything's impossible.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? At all. You never know. You know what I'm saying? What we might do or whatever.
Okay.
So.
Okay, cool. Well, that's gonna wrap it up from Dallas. I'm Scotty D, Faygoluvers. This is Prozak. We're out. Peace.
We've suffered long enough, now it's time to hear our screams. If we could start all over, a million miles from here, could we eliminate the hate inside and all our fears? Or would we keep it going? Our self-inflicted hell, we gotta reach for peace before history can repeat itself. If we could start all over, a million miles from here, could we eliminate the hate inside and all our fears? Or would we keep it going? Our self-inflicted hell, we gotta reach for peace before history can repeat itself.